It's finally happened. Season 1, Episode 8, Dexter visits a therapist. But I think you should have seen one a long time ago. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment here for another Dexter review. This one is Episode 8 of Season 1. It's called Shrink Wrap. And yeah, we end up seeing a shrink get wrapped up by Dexter because it wouldn't be an episode of Dexter without a big juicy kill. So we start the episode with them discovering a dead body in the bathtub of all places, bleeding out. Looks like it was suicide, which gets Dexter thinking. He recalls a bunch of recent deaths of powerful women by suicide, and he discovers that they all have something in common, and that, of course, is that they are consulting the same therapist, Dr. Emmett Meridian. So Dexter visits him under a fake name, an alias, Sean Ellis. Who the hell is Sean Ellis? Well, he is the man that Dexter is pretending to be. But it turns out the therapist actually helps Dexter with his intimacy issues, and he has sex with Rita for the first time. So even though Dexter went to learn more about this therapist and tried to kill this therapist has actually helped Dexter open up and let his guard down. Does that get him a free pass? Does that mean that Dexter will take it easy on him? Probably not. During his therapy appointment, Dexter notes that the therapist is recording his sessions. So at night, Dexter breaks in to the office and he erases all the videos of his session to delete any evidence, and he reviews the video sessions of the dead women, discovering that the therapist has used both drugs and psychology to induce them to commit suicide. Dexter...
No, let's be real, right? See this? Does this warrant this guy getting killed? I look at some of the other instances and I'm thinking, do people not warrant it a wee bit more?
Well,
I think assisted suicide.
True, but I think Dexter's looking at it as if he's manipulated these women into doing it, and the women weren't really...
Yeah.
He's controlled them. It's not like they came to him and says, I want to kill myself. He's kind of, over a period of time in the sessions,
made them think that.
And he's giving them drugs and stuff, and then not giving them the drugs to make them feel like, oh shit, I've nothing left. So he's kind of...
Would you not argue it was almost like a wee cheat death for Dexter? He's like, oh, I'm feeling like I need to kill somebody. This guy's basically killed them, so I'm gonna do it, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, did this guy really fit the criteria of a Dexter kill? I'm not entirely sure. Like, what if you told someone to go kill themselves and they actually done it? Would Dexter come looking for you?
Well, that's it. I mean, I feel like with this, there's no real tangible proof that this guy's actually did it, because...
Well, he watches all the video evidence, and he prescribed them all the drugs and shit.
Yeah, I know, but my point is, like, with other people, like, they're actually the ones, like, doing it here.
Well, there's proof. What you mean is, you're not sure whether what he done is guilty of Dexter's punishment.
In my personal opinion, this is assisted suicide, not murder.
Alright, okay.
It's a dodgy assisted. It's not like, oh, we've got to turn the plug off.
Doesn't assisted suicide, though, aren't you really helping someone commit suicide who wants to commit suicide?
Technically, but it's a shady line, right? It's the borderline. And I think Dexter's not afraid to cross it, so he's done that.
Yeah, so anyway, Dexter does go back later that night and basically tells this guy, I've got something to tell you. He's like, Dr. Emmett Meridian's like, well, what is it, Dexter? You can be honest with me. Dexter says, I'm a serial killer. And Dexter just, like, he's relieved. He's like, I felt so good. He's never told anybody this before. Dr. Emmett's like, you know what, that doesn't seem like you, Dexter, joking around like that. And he's like, I'm not joking. And Dexter gets him in a chokehold and basically makes him pass out. Dr. Emmett wakes up later that night, and Dexter kind of thanks him and says, you've helped me with my therapist, but it's time for you to go because what you did to those women wasn't right. You killed them. You basically killed them. You forced them into committing suicide, or you manipulated them into committing suicide, and Dexter ain't going to have that. I mean, if it was one person, I don't know, would they let him away with it? Maybe, but...
It's a pattern, but I really enjoyed this scene where he said he's a serial killer. It's good acting, because you could actually see the relief.
Well, I mean, every single year, the guy that plays Dexter, I'm totally forgetting his name right now, but I believe it is... Is it Chris?
I have no idea.
I forget his Michael C. Hayes or something. Michael something. Michael
Hayes? No, that was a guy in wrestling, mate.
But every time they were doing like awards, he was always nominated for Best Actor. And I think I think he's a good actor. Like so.
This is a very specific sort of acting. Not many people could do this. It's like psychological, damn it.
Michael C. Hall.
There we go.
Michael, that's it.
Scott Hall.
Close to fucking Hayes. Michael C.
Hayes.
Michael C. Hall, Michael C. Hayes. Kind of sounds the same to me. Anyway, yeah, Dexter kills him.
Oh, see, if you were in the police and you went, well, the name sounded the same, so I pinned him for the murder. Aye, fuck off, that doesn't work, right?
Perry confesses that he is not the ice truck killer after basically LaGuerta is pressing him for answers and nothing's really working, so she throws a severed head at him and this causes him to freak out. So it turns out that he has never really killed anybody. He's never really had an actual dead body. The guy just stuffed roadkill, and when he got the severed head at him, it was too enough. It was too much for him. It grossed him out.
What is this? I kind of thought from the beginning this guy wasn't the killer for numerous reasons, but I felt like they just wouldn't reveal the killer that early on. But then again, they kind of revealed the killer a wee bit early as well. So.
Well, we thought Tony Tucci was the killer, and they revealed him at the end of episode 3.
I knew he wasn't the killer, though.
It wasn't Tony Tucci. So, yeah, we find out that it's definitely not Perry either, which I'm sure... Dexter basically knew this last episode, though, so... Doesn't really...
Who the fuck are you?
Doesn't really affect Dexter.
I guess it opened the door for like a potential 2 killers. Him saying that, maybe he just wasn't aware, but...
And because Dexter knew he wasn't the killer, we've seen him go on Craigslist of all places, and he was trying to rekindle his, I don't know, his relationship, so to speak, with the ice truck killer, and he pretended to be Barbie, and he got a lot of sexual fucking messages in response. He said he was Barbie looking for his Ken, which I guess was a headless Barbie. He said, I think I've lost my head. It basically, he was playing on the fact that there was a Barbie doll stuck on his fridge, so he was trying to contact the ice truck killer that way. Eventually, at the end... What do you make of Dexter using Craigslist, by the way, to try and find the ice truck killer?
Very weird, but it sums up Dexter.
Trying to reconnect, yeah. But, I mean, it worked because we see at the end of the episode, the ice truck killer basically goes on Craigslist to find Dexter's message. We see Dexter's sister, Deborah, she's in her room listening to old music. Or not old music, but music from the 80s. I can't remember what song it is, but she was like rocking out.
They do this quite a lot.
Yeah, they do this quite a lot.
So rad! I know it was next episode, but I like that.
Take it easy. Her prosthetic boyfriend, Rudy, calls. She's going to go and meet him. He says he's just finishing up with work and that he will be there soon. He needs about half an hour. What does he need half an hour for? Well, it turns out when he hangs up the phone, we see him replying to Dexter's Craigslist message. He says that he is the Ken, and I'm coming for you, Barbie.
What's up, Ken? Want to go for a ride?
Then we see him walk across his apartment and he opens a door which takes us into a big built-in freezer. And of course, this is where he is then killing the bodies. Dexter pretty much came to the conclusion that the ice truck killer needed a big freezer. He thought he was using a fan to transport the bodies and to stay mobile, but it turns out Rudy is actually using his own apartment and he's got like a built-in walk-in freezer, and that is where he is committing.
Guess he was still using the fan at the same time though.
Yeah, he's using the fan, but I mean, I guess he's doing it in his...
Here, and let's be real, who called this guy? It was me.
Yeah, it was you.
I've been hating it since he was the doctor of Tucci and we've seen him interact. He just came across as weird.
Yeah, very creepy. Very, very creepy. Yeah, so it turns out he is the ice truck killer. And that leaves us 4 episodes to go, guys, in season 1. And we now know that Rudy cannot be trusted. He's good at giving people prosthetics, but he's also good at cutting their limbs off in the first place.
The American justice system, damn it.
And that's pretty much it, guys, for the end of this episode. I enjoyed it. I thought it was another good episode. We get the reveal of Rudy being the ice truck killer. I thought the scenes with Dexter and the therapist were really good as well. And even with Dexter going on Craigslist and like reading the replies that he got originally to his post. I thought it was all good stuff. So
Craigslist banter.
Yeah, no, I liked it. And even the guy, Perry, that is pretending to be the ice truck killer, I mean, he does look like a bit psycho.
He is, he's a weirdo.
I'm not saying, he doesn't really look like a killer though, he looks more like a
a school shooter.
Aye, something like
Just a
that.
killer, but
Yeah, a different kind of killer, so to speak. But yeah, that was it for the end of the episode. It was good. I enjoyed it. You know, I'll give it a 7.
I'll give it a 7 too, guys. The killer's been revealed. WD-40 as well.
Yeah, double D40 in the background. We also had a scene where Rudy
WD-40
was...
sound effect. Did you like that?
Yeah, I did. Very, very natural there. We also had a scene where like Rudy and Deborah are having sex, and they're very hands-on, these two, and he did use her legs to try and create a new pair of legs for a victim, which I thought was kind of weird. It's like, so he like wraps them up, and then he must just like mold them with, I don't know, clay or something in order to like sculpture the...
Yeah, we see it. They did that with Messi, I remember, in Japan, with his foot.
Yeah. Very strange. But, yeah.
But it is weird, though, because obviously certain legs would suit other people. Not like Tucci's going to get this one onto him, is it?
Yeah, you'd probably need to know what kind of size the person is.
Like,
And,
this leg wouldn't be good for a fat woman.
yeah, because
Like,
she's skinny.
Like, she's like... I mean, she's anorexic.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Wonder what his patient looks like. We don't know. But anyway, guys, that's it. 7 out of 10 for Dexter. We'll catch you in the next episode, episode 9. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. And, of course, until then, peace.